So this matter we discussed sometime last week, it hasn't really left the social media scene. That's the matter concerning Korra Obidi. Now the issue is that her husband has come out to really express his own hurts and pains that he has been through in this marriage. And it's important because sometimes when we define marriage in this part of the world, we make a look at African men, Nigerian men. This is how they are, this is what they do. And when you now see a foreign man say something, I'm thinking, okay, are they also having this kind of issue? So it was interesting to watch some of the things, or to read some of the things he said. According to him, and this is his own side of the story, so he's walking away from this marriage for his mental health and to become the best version of himself. According to him, he must set a healthy example for his children. He says he apologizes to all young men and women out there who saw their marriage as a perfect marriage. He also said that marriage, according to him, should be based on mutual love, respect, humility. I had to underline humility. We both need humility.
I understand.
Accountability, empathy, apologies, and most of all, effective communication to understand the other person's perspective.
Amen.
So we make it look as though it's only African men that say, you must be humble. You must be humble. But this is a foreigner saying, I need you to be humble, or saying there's an issue with humility. But it begs for a lot of conversation. Is it that the recipe for a successful marriage is universal? Or is different according to cultures and norms and ethnic, religious differences? What exactly is this recipe universal? And I'd like to start with Ubajili because I know you're looking at me.
For me, a lot of people, kept talking to this guy on social media saying that you talk too much. Men also have to take care of their mental health issues.
Thank you for
Men
that.
also need to be heard. We have raised our men to feel like you are the man. Stop talking. Stop crying. Don't show any form of emotion. And most of our men are dying silently in their marriages. Most of our men are going through horrible things in their... You need to hear. In fact, a few days ago, somebody, I don't want to mention the person, you guys know the person, came to our house in the middle of the night. He drove out. His wife got him upset. And then he drove out and he stays close to us and just came. By 11, 12, he was still discussing with my husband. I needed to sleep. I was waiting, God, which business are people discussing in the middle of the night? When he came, he was like, his marriage issue, this guy, when he narrated all the things this guy has been seeing, what the wife has been doing to this guy, I was like, wow, that woman that looks so sweet and so wow. So men should be allowed to speak out when things are not going the way they have planned it to go. There's nothing like a perfect marriage. If you are having issues, it's okay, because if we suppress him and feel, he's a man, he's talking too much and everything, he can be depressed, he can commit anything.
It's important that we state here clearly that we're not here judging this marriage.
No, we're not.
We're not judging, what's her name, Korra Obidi, because we're not interested. We're just interested in the fact that a man is expressing himself, because we hardly see men do that.
Yeah.
So when a man is saying, I'm asking for accountability, and there's a lot of issues with mental health, it begs for a conversation. Like, okay, how many of the other men, even African men, are going through this and they keep quiet? And this is an Igbo man that can speak his own mind. An African man just keep it to himself and just
and be suffering
in silence.
Okay, there's a part of the message that I would not be judging her, but I would deal with seriously. He said, this is not about postpartum depression. I have been betrayed once again, and she's unbothered. So the word I'm bothered about is unbothered. Yes, so you cannot be in a marriage. This is not judging. This is us talking as women to women, because it's Women's Month. We need to talk to ourselves. You cannot be in a marriage and be unbothered. We've all been there. I remember when I was dealing with adjusting to motherhood the first time, there were a lot of external factors almost running me mad. If you have a gift of, because I call it a privilege, a gift of a spouse who is bold enough in this patriarchal where women don't express weakness, to say, I'm dying under these emotions. This is not working for me. You need to pay attention. Women, we need to, marriage is about reassuring. If your husband thinks you're on your phone too much, you need to explain why you're on your phone too much. If it is about work, you need to let him know.
Reduce it, you can reduce it.
Yes, any compromise you need. And see, every day when we are talking, you're on your phone. I'm like, okay, see what I'm doing. It's work. And if it is, now we have a time limit. Once I come into the house in the evening, if I tell you, you can call me in the evening, it's not guaranteed. Because if you call me in the evening and it's already family time, I will not pick it.
Good. This particular message that he put out will allow for conversations in many homes. I think he will be speaking for a lot of men who maybe do not even have the way. He articulated it so well, you know, and I'm so happy that he did that. I mean, not just men, even women will look at this and would, and if you really care about your marriage, you want to have the conversation with your husband and ask about, do you think I have empathy? Do I show that to you? Am I accountable? You know, things like that. So I like that part of conversation. But another part that I'm a bit concerned about is the fact that he said this is not postpartum, but it may be. If you have not gone to the right place to confirm that it isn't. She just had a baby. And it's that period of time for people that have postpartum depression or anything, it reveals itself in so many ways. You'll be surprised, you know, some of the things some people would say that they did. Some people will tell you that they didn't want to even ever see their husband ever during that period. They didn't, everything concerning him just irritates them, you know, and it is part of that. So unless they have gone to a proper therapist who has said, no, this is not about that, then he can say, then it's not postpartum because he's not sure.
Respect does not happen in marriages by default.
Yeah.
No. You know African men, I'm the man in this house. That's not respect. That's fear.
You gotta earn
A lot of women just stay and they just want to avoid subjugation. That's subjugation. But respect is earned. Imagine you showing up, which by taking your responsibilities in marriage. When that woman knows that I did not marry a fluke, kind of man. I know the kind of man I marry. A man who shows up for his children, who's there for his family. A man who gives. The respect will come naturally. It's not always about money. Because the mistake is that you never build houses your friends have built. You've not bought the cars. No. It's not always about that. But your inability to be there for your family sometimes is the reason you're disrespected.